He said he wants me to meet his parents and his
That's
family.
nice. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, it's better
A man
than...
with direction. What?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about, like, I'm going to Wales.
Babe, buckle up.
I'm going to Wales.
You're gonna see the sheep.
I love that Helena is standing on business when it comes to Jesse. She was able to see through Jesse. I'm surprised she didn't tell anyone about the conversation she had with Jesse by the fire pit before Jesse decided to go into attack mode and go after Lucinda. Because this would have provided clarity for all the other islanders as to why Helena is not feeling Jesse the way everybody else is feeling her. Because at the end of the day, it is true, she's using Tommy. Let us be for real. And then with the Lucinda situation, I know people are thinking that Scott is interfering in business that has nothing to do with him. Lucinda has had a boyfriend on every Love Island that I've seen her on. She had a boyfriend on Love Island Australia, Zach, and then she had a boyfriend on Love Island USA, Isaiah. And so now that she's got a boyfriend on Love Island UK, I'm not surprised. I really am not surprised. She knows how to play it. She really knows how to play it. And she's managed to sort of milk the persona that she came in with, and everybody can just stand there and take notes. And then with Scott, I don't get what people don't understand. Production are going to want us to set a narrative. I think, irregardless of what he said to Leanne, all we're going to hear him say is that I don't want anyone else by you. I don't want anyone else by you. It was really emotional for me to see him sort of asking for reassurance in bed. And it's like Leanne is really making him work, and he's working overtime, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shifts until he wins her. So, hey, you make a mess, you clean it. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We're still trying to get to 6,000. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island All Stars, Season 3, episode 30, actually. Anyway, we have the islanders. The girls are sitting by the fire pit, the boys are sitting by the mini fire pit, and they're talking to Sean and Lucinda, because Sean and Lucinda have decided to make each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Lucinda knows how to play this game, and she's going to play to the very best of her ability, and she's going to try and, win it. Sean was telling the guys that, he took Lucinda upstairs to tell her that they're closed off and be exclusive, and then things it sounded like it snowballed, and then suddenly he ended up at, do you want to be my girlfriend? Lucinda told the girls the same thing, and you could see the look of shock on both groups of people that were being told this news, because it didn't make sense that these two people went to say let's be exclusive, and suddenly they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I am not saying it. I think Sean has realized that this is his chance to probably win, and he's going to take it and run with it, because at the end of the day, he's trying to change his story from the last time he was on the show. So I get why he would be playing along. Whitney and Yem, they were still on their date, and they were talking about Whitney's sister and the fact that she told Whitney that she really loves Yem, and Whitney should stay out of people's business. Sadly, that's a no-lose win. That's a no-win battle, because it doesn't seem like Whitney can actually listen to herself. It seems every time she hears something, she's got an opinion to give, and she's never got enough time to listen, to understand. She's always listening and ready to respond, and you can see that might end up giving Yemen the ick. As much as he likes her, sadly, Whitney might lose him because of that. In the kitchen, you had Boy Scott is having a conversation. He was speaking to Harrison and Jesse, and he was saying it's a bit too soon for people to be declaring each other boyfriend and girlfriend, because he doesn't understand how they ended up at boyfriend and girlfriend. He thought they were going to either close things off or be exclusive. So the fact that Sean and Lucinda just jumped from nowhere to suddenly become boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's like, I get it, because Sean and Lucinda, they've been coupled for a week or two, and so it doesn't make sense that suddenly they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Their sort of relationship was forged through the fire, in the sense that they thought their partners might be exploring with somebody else, and they decided to couple up. And then once they coupled up and all the backlash that they received, this is what bonded Lucinda and Sean. So I get where Scott is coming from, that is this a genuine connection, or is this just something that they're doing just for the sake of it? So it's really sad that I don't think the two of them are looking that far. I think they're just happy that they're in this happy space, and that's it. You had Scott go and have a conversation with Leanne by the mini fire pit, and he was saying to her, I think seeing other people commit is making him question himself, because with Scott, he's developed feelings that I don't think he's ever developed feelings before for anyone like that. And so because this has happened to him, and in the way it's happened when he wasn't expecting it, this is why he's frazzled. he is frazzled. He didn't look great though. He looked as though he wasn't feeling well. But anyway, so they're having this conversation and he's saying, I don't want anyone else. I just want you. And he thinks it's too soon for Lucinda and Sean to go from, just them being there and then suddenly they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And so he was asking, Leanne, are we dating? And because he's in this space whereby he made his bed, and Leanne is making him lie in it, mud, stones, rocks, glass, everything in it, because she is refusing to confirm what he wants to hear. And I get where she's coming from, that he really caused her a lot of pain with his antics, well, because he was struggling to process whatever he was feeling for her, and she wants him to work hard to earn her. And also, I think it's the idea that if she gives in easily, she's worried that people that watch her will turn around and say, she was played by Scott. And I think this is why she's holding out and refusing to do this. They had a conversation about being exclusive, and Scott was saying being exclusive is not a relationship. I get it, and I understand where he's coming from, because he's been with Leanne since he walked into the villa, and he chose her as one of the girls that he wanted to date, and eventually got coupled up with her, and then this whole mess happened. So the idea that he is saying, I am dating to marry, I am not dating just for the sake of dating. I'm dating to marry. He's already told us his family was pushing him to get married. So it makes sense that he wants to make sure that he's on the right path with the person he's with, and then make the decision in regards, are we going to continue or whatever. It makes sense. They're a bit older. Yes, Scott is only 25, but it makes sense that he would want to go into the real world, see how that plays out. I think especially having seen the whole backlash Whitney faced for being in an interracial relationship and all that, and he was one of the people that was supporting her. I think this is one of his reservations, that he wants to make sure that Leanne is comfortable. He wants to go and see her family and see how accepting they are of him. And I think if all that goes very well, then he's happy to commit. He's happy to say, this is my girlfriend. And I think this is why he's sort of holding back. It's not because he doesn't like Leanne. I think it's because he's worried that we're in an interracial relationship, how our family is going to react to this. His sister's been championing them from day one. So I really love it for them. You have Whitney and Yemen come back. Everyone is excited to see them. They are excited to see them. And so they come back. The guys sit at the fire pit. You have the girls sit at the mini fire pit. And they're just debriefing and sort of saying what happened during their dates. And so, you had them sort of have a conversation with Yemen, being excited that this was their first date. So they went to a winery, and it really went very well. You have Whitney telling the girls the same thing, and everybody was excited. It was a good thing they didn't come back and say we're exclusive, which I love. In the sense that they both came back, they were giddy that they had their date, but they weren't saying we're exclusive, we're closed off, or we're boyfriend and girlfriend. I think nobody expected them to come back. People thought they might have been dumped since they had the lowest votes. It then came out that Sean and Lucinda are boyfriend and girlfriend. There was a screaming battle between the boys and the girls. And I was just looking and thinking, oh my God, this is something else. This is something else. So it was nice to see them all just be excited, be happy. And so I love it. The islanders got ready for the night. You had Lucinda and Leanne sort of celebrating the fact that Lucinda is now a girlfriend. And Lucinda said, we started off by saying, shall we be closed off, exclusive? And then suddenly we landed at, we're now boyfriend and girlfriend. She revealed that, Sean had told us he loved her, but she hadn't sort of repeated that to him. And it's like, it would be overwhelming for anyone that you go from let's close off, exclusive, boyfriend and girlfriend, I love you. That's too many titles in one day. That would be too much for everybody else. Anyway, the islanders get into bed, and then there was this conversation between Leanne and Scott. Yes, Leanne, when she spoke to Cass told her, you need to tell Scott how you feel and leave it up to him to decide what he wants to do. But because Leanne has already told us that through his actions, her walls have gone up. Yes, she's saying she stayed in the villa because she saw a future with Scott and she really liked Scott, but she's not sort of able to verbalize that. I think she doesn't want to give him that to sort of use against her, which is really sad because he caused himself this mess. And now he's pleading and begging with her to say, please, give me reassurance. I am spiraling. Save me. And it's like, you made this bed when you were being silly, and now you have to deal with the consequences. I get where she's coming from. If she eventually tells him I love you, I think he's going to take it for what it is and run with it and not put it down. Anyway, everybody got to sleep, and people were really busy making out. Even Jesse and Tommy, and I was surprised that, what's going on here? In the morning, the islanders wake up. Obviously, there's the conversation about Lucinda and Sean being boyfriend and girlfriends. The girls get ready for the day, and the guys bring them drinks. And then you had this conversation between Helena and sort of Carrington that to me, it came across as production thought, oh, we don't have a scene of them. Let's just quickly get them on the balcony to say something and then we kick them out the door. Because they were talking about how their connection has grown, how they really love where they are, how they're sort of continuing to explore that and nurture that to see how far they can take it. I love it for them if they're happy. I really do. But I really don't see it working out. I think on his part, Carrington still possesses a level of immaturity that I don't think Helena will be able to cope with. But then this is her first boyfriend, if he does become that. So maybe that's what she needs before she actually finds a real partner. You have the guys be split into groups outside of, Scott. Scott was sat down with Harrison, which for me was just petty of production. They were looking for drama. Everybody else, the other guys were sitting by the fire pit. You had Millie sitting with Lucinda and Leanne, and they were just talking about their couples. So Scott says, he doesn't quite understand how Lucinda and Sean got to girlfriend and boyfriend, because he thinks it's important that your family meet this person, because at the moment he doesn't know how his family feel about Leanne. So this is something that he needs to do. He's trying to use his mind and not his heart, just because I think he doesn't want to sort of fall in love with someone, bring someone home, and then it doesn't turn out very well. So I get where he's coming from, that he's saying, I want to give it time for us to nurture it outside of the villa and get her to meet my family, get me to meet her family and see where we go. Obviously, he made this comment about this Sean situation that he felt it was too fast. And it's like, this is going to come back and bite him. You had Lucinda sort of telling the girls and saying, it was too much to unpack yesterday, but he told me he loves me. And she hadn't told the other group of girls, I think, just because she thought it would be too much. So they were sort of unpacking it, and she was saying, he first told me, let's close off, and then he said, let's be exclusive, boyfriend and girlfriend. Then he said, I love you. And it's like, he's infatuated with her to some extent. He can't believe that he's with her. That's the impression that I get. Even Scott and Harrison are confirming that Sean is infatuated with Lucinda. He is excited. So I don't know. I really hope that works out for him. You had Leanne sort of be asked, so where do you stand? And she was saying the problem is, Scott is saying, there's a difference between closed off, exclusive, and boyfriend and girlfriend, and he doesn't want to go through the motion. And so the girls were trying to explain to her that the problem with Scott is he goes through a certain pattern when he's processing information. So sadly, this is who you're stuck with, and you have to either choose to deal with it or just keep it stepping. It's like, oh, I love them as a couple. Hopefully he's able to work out the kinks in whatever his thought process is, because otherwise he might end up losing an amazing girl. Anyway, you have the islanders just hanging around the villa, and they receive a text message. The message reveals that, the public have been voting and they've chosen their favorite couple, which is Lucinda and Sean. People were not happy. They couldn't believe how that, turned out, because I think everyone can see through the persona or the act that Sean and Lucinda are putting on, especially Lucinda. Then you had another text message come in to say, the couple with the lowest votes, and it was revealed they were Helena and Carrington, so they were kicked out of the villa. I think Helena got her sort of redemption arc that she wanted. She really did. Because at the end of the day, I don't think her season did her any justice. I'm happy that she didn't stay in as much drama with the girls as she did in her season, or she wasn't involved in as much cliquey sort of behavior. But still, I didn't like the fact that you barely saw her with some of the girls. You barely saw her with Leanne. You barely saw her with Whitney. The only person she was with for a while was Belle, until things fell apart, and then she just sort of retreated to herself. They packed their bags and they left the villa, and they had to sit down with Maya Jama. And Maya was sort of having a conversation with them to say, where do you stand? They teased Carrington about his smoldering face, and he said this is something that he does and something he's working on, and something that he hopes he'll be able to sort of, change. Helena said she really likes him. They have a great connection. And so he was asked about, Belle, and he said, yeah, initially we did have a good thing going on with Belle, but the whole situation with Lucinda, I think he was put off. The same way Carrington was put off when it came to Jesse is the same way he was put off by Belle. I think he doesn't like the confrontational, loud sort of behavior that the girls were showing, and this is why he was sort of put off by them. And Helena, on her part, she said, she saw through Jessie. She really did. She thinks Jessie's using Tommy, and she didn't like the fact that Jessie came in with outside information and tried to use it against Lucinda. She's the only person who's called out Helena that, something happened between Lucinda and Jessie, and it seems Jessie is not willing to forgive Lucinda for that. And I think it's a brand deal. I think whether Jessie expected to be the biggest star when she went out with Lucinda or whatever happened there, this is the reason why she is coming for Lucinda. But hey, to each their own. Helena did her best, and so it is what it is. You had Sean and Lucinda sort of talking about their couple and how they were doing very well and how happy they are, and surprised that they were chosen as the favorite couple. Anyone surprised? No, I'm not. I don't think anybody else should be surprised by that. Scott sat down for a chat with Whitney. My problem with Whitney is the words coming out of her mouth. She still doesn't seem happy for Leanne. And I don't think it's anything to do with the person that Leanne is. I think she is more worried about her friendship with Scott, because Scott is very smitten with Leanne, and this is where he is. They were having a conversation with Scott saying, I need to vet Leanne on the outside to see how she is, because I think him being told that she's very materialistic is something that is worrying him. And the fact that they're an interracial couple, I think is another thing. This is why he might want to go and see how she sort of mixes with his people, and he might want to see how he mixes with her people. I love that you're saying let's be logic about it. I don't know why Whitney is sort of that opinion, whether she thinks that if he goes into the real world and sees Leanne for who she is, or they have a conversation outside away from the cameras, his opinion might change. They both agreed. On his part, Scott said, Leanne has girlfriend qualities that I really love. And you had Whitney say, yeah, she's got wifey qualities. And it's like, well, you're praising her at the same time. You're sort of being sly and slimy with it. I don't quite get it. I'm not one to pick on someone, so I don't quite understand Whitney's reservations. Is it from her experience in an interracial couple, or is it because she doesn't want to lose her friend? I'm still puzzled by that. The Islanders get ready for the night. You have the guys, you have Harrison go and sit down with Tommy and, Sean, and they were having a conversation about Scott with Harrison saying, Scott was saying, this came out of left field. It was too fast. He doesn't think, you should have rushed. You should have waited until Lucinda met your family and stuff. And it's like, Sean, as much as he doesn't want to take Scott's advice, he should ask the people that Lucinda's left in a wake. We all remember Zach from Love Island, Australia. We all remember Matty from Love Island, was it Malta or something? And also Isaiah from Love Island, USA. She left them in a wake. Let alone the other people that I didn't see in a season. So I think Scott does have a point, but then to each their own. The conversation on the sun deck, personally, I didn't listen into it. I just found it boring. You had Lucinda have a chat with Sean, and Sean was saying, Scott was busy saying this. I don't care about what he was saying. Sean is saying, I'm the one in the relationship with you, so I don't care about anything else. Lucinda immediately shut it down. I think because she knows it's not a good look. And I think she knows that when it sort of plays back, if she says anything, people can use it against her, because some people have been saying she's got a boyfriend on the outside. Scott had this conversation with Yemen and Whitney, and he was saying, I love that at least Yemen was there to give him sound advice. Yemen, I think, listening to Whitney, has so many questions and reservations, because some of the advice she gives Scott makes you question, is she doing it from a place of love or a place of malice? Because Scott was saying, I don't know whether to do a grand gesture for Leanne, because I really like Leanne. I don't want anyone else. He's repeated this multiple times. I've stopped counting. And you had, Yemen say to him, you need to take her somewhere private, have a serious conversation with her, let her know how you feel, lay the cards on the table, and allow her to make the decision. And so you then had Leanne. She was on the fire pit having a conversation with Millie and just saying, I've told Scott that I don't want labels. I don't want to be told, let's be closed off, let's be exclusive, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, unless you mean it. And so she wanted a gesture, but she wanted the gesture if Scott meant it, not just because it's a tick box and he's doing it because he knows that's what the viewers want. Anyway, they went up to the terrace. It was cute because Scott reminded Leanne that the last time we came to the terrace, I expected to win you, but you denied me, so I'm hoping we're going to change the fate of the terrace. And so he sat her down again and had a conversation and told her that, I only want you, I don't want anyone else. I want you to meet my mum, so I want to take you to Wales. I want to come to London. I want to meet your parents. And I want to see how things play out before we can decide on what to do next, which is amazing. He is serious. He's dating with an intention, because he's not dating you so that he can just introduce you to his mom and then he dumps you the next day. I love that. I really love that, because that showed that he's an intentive person and he has goals and ideas and he has a direction of where he's heading. I loved it. Leanne, I think, loved it, but she's trying not to give away the fact that she is smitten by this man. She's singing to anyone with ears in the villa to hear, but she's not singing it to poor Scott, which is really sad that, this man is really spiraling, as you said, and she's just going to sit there. They did share a kiss, which was really cute, and I loved it. You had Belle and Harrison at the fire pit. Belle, in my opinion, is just entertaining Harrison because she's trying to make the other guys jealous. She's trying to make Sean and Scott jealous. That's it. She's not into him as much as she makes out. He asked for a kiss. She refused to give him a kiss and told him, you have to wait until we're in bed. And it's like, are you doing that because your daddy told you not to kiss anyone on the show? Or are you doing it because you're not feeling him and you're only using him as a toy? You have Leanne in the kitchen telling everyone with ears to hear that Scott and I have had a conversation. He doesn't want anyone else. I don't want anyone else. And it's like, you didn't have a choice. He told you, you are not seeing anyone else. You're only seeing him. So we're going to Wales. He wants me to meet his mom. So we're going to Wales. Oh, the girls were excited for her. Whitney, I was on the fence because you had Leanne say, we don't want titles just for the sake of it. Exclusive is not a relationship. And Whitney said, yeah, I don't want that for you. And it's like, what do you mean you don't want it for you? Yemen, I think his antennas are up because he knows that something is not right with the way Whitney is behaving around this situation. You then had, Leanne be carried into the bedroom by Scott. They were really cutesy. I really loved that. And they were caught kissing. And it's like, did production send, what's his name? Kieran and Sammy. It was sweet because you had Leanne say, I can't even look you in the face. And it's like, well, it is what it is. Everyone went to bed because now everybody fits in the bedroom. They were making out. I love that they've brought in a big cast, but they've managed to sort of sustain these people and give them sort of airtime, although some people didn't get as much airtime. So I can't wait to see what happens with the votes. I did try to vote today, but sadly I was a bit too late. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click on the link in my video to watch my reviews from episode 29. Bye guys.